Toys That Matter, created by Zikora O. What is my toy? My toy is the Orb Hoop Lamp. What is the Orb Hoop Lamp, you may ask? Well, the Orb Hoop Lamp is a gender-neutral toy that allows you to see many perspectives at the same time. The two perspectives are hoop lamps and lava lamps. Characteristics of the Orb Hoop Lamp. Coloration, the colors of the rainbow. Odor, none. Shape change, only the oil blobs moving. Temperature change, if heated at a high temperature, the glass will melt. Soluble or buoyant, no. Conductor or insulator, insulator. State, liquid inside, solid outside. Magnetism or electrical, the top lid is magnetic, no electric. Physical properties of the OHL. Magnetic, only top lid, conduct heat, only if heated at a higher temperature than 68 degrees, conduct electricity, only if it uses electricity to work, use electricity. My orb hoop lamp does not need electricity to work, but some lava lamps do. Soluble? No. Float in water? It does not float in water. Height? 14.5 centimeters. Length? 6 centimeters. Width? 6 centimeters. What does the toy do? The, the orb hoop lamp teaches how to focus an object into a space in a fun way. No electricity involved. The top lid is the only magnetic part. It does not dissolve in anything. It does not float but does sink. Supply 1 OHL. Demand 4 people. Organization of toys. How are toys displayed? Toys are displayed sometimes by gender and sometimes by their classification. But are toys classified based on their physical properties? Most of the time, toys are classified by their physical properties. Placement of toys. Well, how are toys organized? Toys are usually organized by their properties, state of matter, and most of all, cost. Now, what type of toys are placed together on an aisle in the store? They usually group similar toys together. For example, they might group Barbie dolls and Journey dolls together on the same aisle because they're both dolls. It would help find dolls more easily. Advertisement. Here comes the part of advertisement. The star of the show is how are tots advertised, also known as toys? Well, toys are advertised by explaining the toy's cost, looks, details, benefits, cautions, and more. They also really do a lot of persuading to get the viewer to buy it. Commercializing. Our next question is, how are physical properties of toys highlighted in commercials? Well, they are highlighted in commercials by making the properties of the toy seem amazing and 100% good for buying. They also highlight physical properties by explaining it in a way that would draw viewers to buy it. Perfect place and time. Based off of research, Christmas season is the best time to sell toys. Why? Christmas time is the best time because parents are looking for the best toy and good deals to give to their child, and people are buying presents for their loved ones. Now, where in the world is the best place to sell a toy? Well, the best place to sell toys are eBay, Amazon, Swap.com, and Facebook. They're the best places to sell toys because they are pros at deciding what's best for you and saving extra cash. Age range 10 and higher in age. Precautions. Number 1, keep the OHL off the floor at all times. Number 2, keep the OHL away from sharp or pointy areas. Do not open the jar, but it will be super glucose. But caution, the oil might start spilling or leaking. Number 4, make sure lid is closed tightly before each use. Number 5, do not break the glass. 6, do not put it in an area that is higher than 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 7, do not shake vigorously. That means do not shake really hard. Number 8, do not put the OHL near objects that can light on fire. Number 9, it will last about 1 year. Time to move on to the physical properties of matter. Mass. Mass is Mass is a dimensionless quantity representing the amount of matter in a particle or object. Mass is also the weight, measurement, or collection that almost never changes. Mass is measured using grams, a measurement that helps measure the weight of an object or person. Original mass is when many particles are joined together, creating a sum of masses that of the consistent particles. The standard unit of mass is the International System. SI is the kilogram. Magnetism. Magnetism is a physical phenomenon produced by the motion of electric charge, creating or resulting in attractive and repulsive forces between objects. Magnetism is the force exerted by magnets when they attract or repel each other. Every substance is made up of tiny units called atoms. Each atom has electrons, particles that carry electric charges. Magnetism has four properties: ferromagnetic substances, north and south poles, a suspended magnet, and the pairs. Solids. Solids are one of the three basic states of matter, the others being liquid and gas. Sometimes plasmas or ionized gas are considered a fourth state of matter. Not all the time, though. A solid forms from liquid or gas because the energy of atoms decreases when the atoms take up a relatively ordered three-dimensional structure. The molecules of a solid are arranged in an irregular pattern that repeats over and over in the solid. They are packed together, also known as held together firmly, but then vibrate in a limited area or space. Solids exhibit Solids exhibit certain characteristics that distinguish them from liquids and gases. Liquids. A liquid is a nearly incompressible fluid that conforms to the shape of its container but retains a nearly constant volume independent of pressure. As such, it is one of the four fundamental states of matter, the others being solid, gas, and plasma, and is the only state with a definite volume but no fixed shape. The liquid state of matter is an intermediate phase between solid and gas. Like the particles of a solid, particles in a liquid are subject to intermolecular attraction. However, liquid particles have more space between them, so they are not fixed in a position. The attraction between the particles in the liquid keeps the volume of the liquid constant. The movement of the particles causes the liquid to be variable in shape. Liquids do Liquids will flow and fill the lowest portion of a container, taking on the shape of the container but not changing in volume. The limited amount of space between particles means that liquids can only The limited amount of space between particles means that liquids have only very limited compressibility. Gas. Gas is a state of matter that has no fixed shape or no fixed volume. Gases have a lower density than other states of matter, such as liquids and solids. There is a great deal of empty space between particles, which have a lot of kinetic energy and aren't particularly attracted to one another. A gas is a sample of matter that conforms to the shape of a container in which it is held and acquires a uniform density inside the container, even in the presence of gravity and regardless of the amount of substance in the container. When more gas particles enter a container, there is less space for the particles to spread out, and they become compressed. The particles exert more force on the interior volume of the container. The force is called pressure. Relative density. Relative density is the ratio of the density mass of a unit volume of a substance to the density of a given reference material. Relative density is often used to calculate the volume or weight of samples needed for preparing a solution with a specified concentration. It also helps us understand the environmental distribution of insoluble substances if the substance is released into water. Relative density tests is not required for every chemical. For example, an ice cube with a relative density about 0.91 will float. Solubility in water. Solubility in water is the measurement of how much oil will dissolve in the water column at a known temperature and pressure. The more polar the compound, the more soluble it is in water. Stirring and a little bit of heat can help it dissolve better. Sugar is soluble in water, but there's a limit. If you add too much sugar to the water, you'll see grains at the bottom no matter how long you stir the mixture. Water Water solubility is one of the most important properties affecting bioavailability and environmental fate of chemical substances. Chemicals that are water soluble are more likely to be absorbed by aquatic species such as algae and fish. Conduction or insulation. Conductor. A conductor is an electrical conductor is a substance or material that allows electricity to flow through it. In a conductor, electrical charge carriers, usually electrons or ions, move easily from atom to atom when voltage is applied. Most metals, like copper, are considered good conductors, while nonmetals are considered bad conductors. Insulator. An insulator is a material or device which restricts the flow of electrical current. The fact that insulators can interrupt a current means that they are useful as devices that protect people from electricity. Learning! Based off of this project, I have learned that toys can be sorted into different aisles but still have the same price. Well, that's it for my project. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day.